Lawyers for the government and the state of Texas went before an appeals court just a couple of hours ago. It's the latest venue to hear arguments over a controversial immigration law. As Skylar Henry reports, Texas officials want to give local law enforcement power to arrest people they suspect of entering the country illegally.
A small group stood outside the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans, protesting against Texas's controversial immigration law known as SB 4. It allows state and local officers to arrest and deport migrants suspected of entering the country illegally.
We drove like 20 hours from El Paso to get to New Orleans just to be here today.
Lawyers for Texas argued SB 4 is needed, saying migrants are overrunning the border because immigration laws are not enforced.
This is the first situation ever where a federal judge has found, as a matter of fact, that federal officers are deliberately and, quote, disingenuously not enforcing federal law.
But the Department of Justice says it does enforce the law, and that the federal government is the only entity with the authority to do so.
What SB 4 says is that that person would be charged with a Texas crime brought before a Texas court, and that there's no room in the INA for that.
The case is expected to make its way to the Supreme Court, where justices will need to decide what power, if any, states have in creating their own immigration laws.
What Texas has done here is they have looked at the Supreme Court's precedent, and they have tried to develop a statute that goes up to the line of Supreme Court precedent, but allows Texas to protect the border. Now, to be fair, maybe Texas went too far.
Judges questioned the legality of the Texas law, citing a 2012 Supreme Court ruling striking Arizona's so-called Show Me Your Papers law, reaffirming the federal government's broad and undoubted power over immigration.
What are we supposed to do with Arizona? I know you say it wasn't raised, but it's on the books.
Court observers say the Texas case may allow the new, more conservative Supreme Court to revisit the ruling. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
And Texas Governor Greg Abbott has said he would welcome that, having the Supreme Court taking up SB 4's fate, and he wants the court to overturn that 2012 decision.